Welcome. In this video, you learn how to get the moving average values in MQL5. First, you go to your tick function, and you could create a variable for it. For the values, in this case, we can call it MA value. And then we are also going to create an array for storing our moving average values in case, let's say, for example, we want to compare, let's say, the current moving average value and the previous moving average value. For example, in cases, let's say, for example, when we are going to evaluate moving average crossovers, so we need an array. In this case, we're going to say MA array. Let's call it MA array, and that will be it. And then to get the values from the system, we are going to need an array. In this case, we're going to need a handle, an indicator handle that enables us to get the values from the system. In this case, I'm going to say int MA handle is going to be equal to IMA is the function for getting the moving average value, and in this case you'll be given options to fill in. For example, the string name, the symbol name. In this case, we are going to use the current symbol. The period, the time frame, we're going to use the current time frame. Moving average period, in this case, we could use 20. The shift is, let's say, for example, where we start to calculate the values from. Let's say, for example, if you use shift 1, we calculate the moving average values starting from the most recent candle. In this case, we're going to use 1. For the mode, we could use exponential, linear weighted, simple moving average, something like that. In this case, we can use the simplest, the exponential moving average. And then for the implied price, we are going to use price, the close prices, right? We're going to use the close prices to calculate our moving average values. You could use the high price, the low, and everything. In this case, we're going to use the close prices. And that's it. So what we need to do is, after getting the values of the from the system, we are going to first of all arrange our array and then copy the values into our array so that we can be able to make computations and comparisons later on. So what we need to do is to arrange our array, moving average array. So we shall use a function called array set as series. And which array are we going to arrange? The moving average array, alright. And then of course we're going to set true, of course. And then after that we're going to copy our values. Let's say we use copy buffer. It's copy buffer, right? We are going to copy our values from the handle, our moving average handle, and then we are going to copy starting from the the current value. A starting position, also we're going to use 0, the current position, and then the number of values we want to copy. In this case, we can say 3, and in which array are we copying them to? We're going to use the moving average array, right? And that's it. So, for example, if we want to get the current moving average, we can say maybe let's say MA value is equal to MA array, right? The current value, right? Like that. If we want to get the previous value, we can say prev, let's say MA. Of course, we need to initiate a variable before we use it. We can say prev MA value is equal to, let's say, for example, MA array, let's say 1, just like that. Sorry, 2. Yes, is 2. We start, the current one is 0, the previous one is 1, then the other one, the third last is, let's say, 2, like that. right? And for example, if we want to compare let's say for example, if a moving average was for example, it crossed above or it crossed below, or if let's say for example the current moving average value is greater than the previous one, right? We could say, let's say MA array, let's say 0. If the current value is greater than the previous one, maybe we could say comment, let's say comment our, use quotations, we could say our current MA value is greater than the previous one. So I think that's it. This, for example, if we want to compare, let's say the 50 exponential moving average and the 20 exponential moving average, you just change the value here, and then also create another value. You create other values for the let's say 50 exponential moving average. If you want to compare, if they, let's say for example, if they have crossed, you could use the current of the small moving average, and you compare it with the current of the larger moving average. Then you compare also the previous values of the current and of the small and the large moving averages to be able to see if let's for example if the moving averages have just crossed, and that's it. All right, this is a simple code, nothing else, just we have just made adjustments in the onTick function. Yeah. So a brief summary is that we declared a variable, MA value, of course, and we created an array. An array is like a table to store the values. Then we created a moving average handle. Yeah, it's something that enables us to pick the values from the system, all right? And we just fed in the current symbol, current time frame, the period, where we start from to calculate the mode and which prices we're using. Then we arrange the moving average array, all right? The table, we arrange the values in the table, and then we copy our values from the handle, starting from the current, and then we are copying only 3 values into the moving average array. So these other steps are just to enable us maybe to display or make computations, right? And that's it. Dr. Franz out.